Our world hides mysteries deeper than most dare to imagine. Within the blurred boundaries of myth and reality, strange creatures lurk unseen. Echoes of ancient legends, whispers from terrified witnesses, hidden just beyond sight. I'm an investigator for Species X. My task is to uncover the existence of these elusive beings, to track every faint clue they leave behind, and lead you into the shadows, revealing truths concealed within the myths. They call it Trunko, a name whispered in mystery for nearly a century. A creature described as larger than life, covered in thick white fur, with an elephant-like trunk and the strength to battle killer whales in open water. It all began in 1924, on the shores of Margate, South Africa. Witnesses reported an unbelievable sight. A massive white beast, leaping from the ocean, locked in a violent struggle with two orcas. No one had ever seen anything like it. No one could explain what it was. For decades, the world has speculated. Was it a lost species, a sea monster, or just a misunderstood mass of ocean debris? Tonight, we open the file. We revisit the accounts. We examine the evidence. And as investigators of the unknown, we invite you to join us on this journey. This is Species X. The year was 1924, in a small coastal town called Margate, on the eastern shore of South Africa. Something extraordinary was about to unfold. It began as an ordinary day. The ocean was rough, but nothing the locals hadn't seen before. That would soon change. According to reports published at the time, several witnesses claimed to have seen an incredible sight. Off the coast, in the open sea, a violent struggle was taking place. Two massive killer whales were locked in a battle with something no one could quite believe, a gigantic, white, fur-covered creature. It had the body of a whale, but was covered in what looked like thick white hair. Its most bizarre feature was a long, trunk-like snout, resembling that of an elephant. Witnesses described the creature as leaping out of the water repeatedly, fighting against the killer whales for hours. Some claimed it launched itself nearly 20 feet into the air. They watched in disbelief as the ocean churned and the sky darkened above the raging battle. News of the event quickly spread, making its way into local newspapers. One of the earliest reports appeared in the Johannesburg Star, which gave the creature a sensational nickname. It became known as Trunko, the white monster of Margate. After the battle, the story took an even stranger turn. According to several accounts, the creature's body later washed ashore, just a few miles from where the fight had taken place. There it lay on the sand, lifeless but intact, for several days. Witnesses approached the carcass. They described it as massive, over 40 feet long, with a long trunk and pure white fur that felt like wool. Strangely, no scientists were called to examine the body. No official records were taken, and after 10 days, the tides claimed the creature, once again pulling it back into the sea, leaving behind only rumors and unanswered questions. What exactly did the people of Margate see that day? Was it an undiscovered species, a hoax, or something far stranger than anyone could have imagined? To this day, the true nature of Trunko remains one of the ocean's most bizarre and unexplained mysteries. We have all heard the story: a massive white creature, a brutal sea battle with killer whales, a mysterious carcass washed ashore. But how reliable are these reports? How much of this story is fact, and how much has been shaped by rumor, excitement, and the passing of time? Let's take a closer look at the original eyewitness accounts. The descriptions were strangely consistent: white fur, an elephant-like trunk. Some even claimed its skin felt rough, like a crocodile. But none of these details were ever scientifically verified. The reports came not from biologists or marine experts, but from newspaper articles. Headlines designed to sell papers, filled with sensational language and second-hand quotes. No photographs were published. No scientific teams were called in to investigate. And after 10 days, the body disappeared, leaving nothing but sketches and stories. Even the measurements vary. Some say it was 40 feet long, others say less. Some claimed it leapt 20 feet into the air, a feat no known marine creature could achieve. Could this have been a case of mistaken identity? Could rough seas, floating debris, or a decomposed whale carcass have tricked the eyes of onlookers? Or is there something more to these accounts? Something we have yet to fully understand. As investigators, our job is not to believe or dismiss too quickly. It is to examine the evidence, challenge the narrative, and ask the questions no one else dares to ask. Of all the explanations put forward over the years, the whale carcass theory is by far the most popular. Marine scientists have often suggested that the so-called Trunko was nothing more than a decomposing whale, its tissues breaking down in the water, creating the illusion of fur or wool. At first glance, it seems to make sense. We know that dead whales can take on strange appearances as they decay. We've seen it happen before, with other cases around the world. But if it really was just a whale, why did so many people describe the same details? The long, trunk-like snout, the white, fur-like covering, the violent battle with killer whales, and the fact that no one mentions seeing any clear signs of a whale's head, fins, or tail. If it were a whale, wouldn't someone have recognized it as one? Wouldn't the fishermen, the locals, the sailors, people familiar with the sea have identified it immediately? And what about the reports of the creature launching itself out of the water, attacking with its body and tail? Could a lifeless carcass really move that way? Could the eyewitnesses have been so mistaken? Or were they seeing something entirely different, something we have yet to explain? To this day, no photographs of the body have ever surfaced, no biological samples were ever collected, and no scientific documentation was ever made. All we have are second-hand reports, artist sketches, and the memories of those who claim to have seen it with their own eyes. The mystery remains open. And now, we turn to you. What do you think the people of Margate really saw that day? Was it just a whale, or was it something else entirely? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you believe. Because here at Species X, the search for answers never ends. While the legend of Trunko remains one of the ocean's most bizarre mysteries, science continues to evolve. New technologies are giving researchers better tools than ever before to study the unknown. High-resolution satellite imaging, deep-sea exploration vehicles, and genetic analysis of marine life are opening doors to discoveries we once thought impossible. Marine biologists today are able to study the decomposition of large sea animals in controlled environments. By understanding how whales and other marine creatures break down after death, scientists can better identify what happens when strange remains wash ashore. This research helps separate myth from reality and prevents future cases of mistaken identity. But the mystery of Trunko raises deeper questions. What else might be lurking in our oceans? After all, the majority of Earth's ocean remains unexplored. It is estimated that over 80% of marine life is still undocumented. New species are being discovered every year. from the smallest microscopic organisms to massive deep-sea creatures that challenge our understanding of life itself. Experts in cryptozoology, the study of unknown or hidden animals, continue to investigate cases like Trunko. While many are skeptical, they agree on one thing: without evidence, we cannot dismiss the possibility entirely. Eyewitness reports, no matter how unusual, deserve careful analysis and an open mind. Looking to the future, marine scientists hope to apply advanced DNA sampling techniques to future carcass discoveries. Environmental DNA, or eDNA, allows researchers to collect tiny genetic traces left behind in water. This method could revolutionize the way we study marine ecosystems and possibly even confirm the presence of unknown species without needing to capture them alive. The legend of Trunko reminds us that there is still so much we do not know about the world's oceans, whether it was a misidentified whale carcass or something far more extraordinary. The story has sparked curiosity in generations of researchers, investigators, and explorers, and as long as the mystery remains unsolved, the search will continue. Trunko, a name that lives on as one of the strangest marine mysteries ever recorded. A massive, white, fur-covered creature, a violent battle with killer whales, a mysterious carcass that washed ashore and then disappeared without a trace. Was it a misidentified whale, a forgotten legend, or something far more extraordinary that science has yet to explain? While we may never know the full truth, the story of Trunko challenges us to keep asking questions, to keep exploring the unknown, and to remain open to the mysteries that still hide beneath the surface of our world. Thank you for joining us on this investigation. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe to Species X for more stories of strange creatures, unexplained events, and forgotten legends from around the world. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think Trunko really was. And don't miss our next episode, where we investigate another legendary creature that continues to baffle scientists and thrill believers. Until next time, stay curious. This is Species X.